France realized they're fucked and they want to destroy the whole world right now. And this is funny. It's a bunch of tiny stories that all tie into one mega story, and I'll break it. So to begin, France as a nation is nothing without Africa. The French are where they are because of Africa. France as a country right now needs Africa to survive. If Africa right now cuts France off, within 3-4 years, the rest of Europe will be complaining about French people coming to their countries to look for work because of how pathetic France is. So that's one. Two, very recently, a French general came out and said that France needs to get their weapons and go back and conquer African countries. The African countries, Senegal, Mali, Niger, the countries that France has needed to survive, a French general has said they need to go to war, they need to go there and conquer them. Now, on to Ukraine. So I don't know if you know this, a couple of days ago, the Ukrainian government decided it was going to reduce the restrictions on joining the military. So now they're going to start allowing people with HIV. They're going to start allowing people with tuberculosis, which is definitely a disease that could be contracted. Like it's what's the word? I can't remember you know the word I'm looking for. Yeah, people with tuberculosis. They're going to start allowing drug addicts to join the military because they are so hurt right now. There are not enough men. Ukraine is losing its men like crazy. Russia is doing light work with those dudes. And Ukraine is hurting. And yesterday, the spokesman for the Ukrainian president came out and said all the European countries need to start deporting Ukrainian men so that they can go home and be drafted. Ukraine is hurting and they need troops badly. So all of this put together, the French have now realized there's a way they can save themselves by fucking everyone else. The French president has come out and now suggested that EU should go in and help Ukraine to fight Russia. And everybody knows the moment Ukraine does that, the moment EU goes into Ukraine, it's over. World War III, it's official. It's done. It's done. And a little insight into this whole Russia-Ukraine thing, because I just realized a lot of people don't know. So back in the day, when the USSR broke up, a bunch of European countries got together. Very small number of European countries got together and said, look, man, we're afraid of Russia. And we need to form an organization to protect us in case Russia tries to do some dumb shit. And those countries got together and they formed the EU. They formed NATO, sorry. That's when Russia said, well, if these guys are forming a military alliance against us, we're going to go ahead and form ours too. And the Warsaw Pact then happened. Russia had their own, Russia, Hungary, Poland, EU, NATO had their own. And the main point of it is they had an agreement that the NATO would not expand its forces. Since that agreement, since the downfall of USSR, Russia has kept its end of the bargain. NATO has constantly violated. They've been adding and adding and adding to the point that now NATO is trying to add a member next door to Russia. And if they do that, it's the same as Russia starting an alliance with Mexico and then having a military base in Mexico. USA will destroy Mexico before that happens. So somehow we're allowed to defend ourselves and defend our borders, but Russia is not allowed to do that. Anyways, as you can see, the French president wants World War III, and the whole reason for this is because the Africans are tired of France.